Good morning, students. Today we are going to start the numericals of chapter 1 of NCERT exercise electric charges and field. So the first question is, what is the force between two small charged spheres having charges of 2 into 10 raised power minus 7 coulomb and 3 into 10 raised power minus 7 coulomb placed at 30 centimeter apart? So students, I have told you to find the force between 2 point charges at rest. So this question is related to the force between 2 point charges at rest. So it is based on Coulomb's law. According to Coulomb's law, the formula for force is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 by r square. So the value of this constant is 9 into 10 raised power 9, and one charge is given to us 2 into 10 raised power minus 7 coulomb. This is the value of q1, and the second charge is 3 into 10 raised power minus 7 coulomb divided by r square. So distance given them, we are given q1 is 2 into 10 raised power minus 7 coulomb, q2 is given 3 into 10 raised power minus 7 coulomb, and distance between these charged spheres is given 30 centimeter. So we will convert it into meter, 0.3 meter, and write here the value 0.3 into 0.3. So if you simplify all this, after simplification like this, decimals are removed and it will be 100 here. Okay, 3 into 3, 9 will cancel, and after simplification you will get the answer 6 into 10 raised power minus 3 Newton. So this is the force between these two charged sphere which we were supposed to calculate. And can you tell me whether it will be attractive or repulsive? Charges are of like nature, so it will be repulsive. And like charges repel and unlike charges attract. So this is first question of our exercise. Now the second question is, what is the second question? The electrostatic force on a small sphere of charge 0.4 microcoulomb due to another small sphere of charge minus 0.8 microcoulomb in air is 0.2 Newton. So in first part we have to find the distance. So in this question we are given the force, we are given the value of force between two charges, and the value of force is 0.2 Newton. One charge q1 is given 0.4 microcoulomb. This microcoulomb is converted into coulomb, 0.4 into 10 raised power minus 6 coulomb. Now second charge q2 is 0.8 microcoulomb. It is negative, so negative sign only means that the force between them is of attractive nature. So we have to find the distance between these 2 point charges. So again we will use the same formula, F is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 upon r square. So distance between them, r is calculated as r square is equal to, so its value is 9 into 10 raised power 9 into q1 is 0.4. We consider the charge in coulomb, 10 raised power minus 6, and then 0.8 into 10 raised power minus 6 divided by the distance is, we have to calculate it. So this F will come into the denominator, 0.2 Newton. So after doing the simplification we get it as 0.2 meter or 12 centimeter. So this is all about the second question of your exercise. We were supposed to calculate, we had to find the distance between the two spheres. Now the second part, this was A part, there are two parts. The second part of the question is, what is the force on the second sphere due to the first? So students, you should remember that this Coulomb's law or Coulomb force obeys the Newton's law of motion. The force which one charge act on the other will equal to the force which charge second charge, means these two forces are equal and opposite, so there will be same force, 0.2 Newton. I mean, if q1 and q2 charges are placed at a certain distance apart and this is negative charge, then this minus q1 is attracted by q2 in this direction and this q2 is attracted by minus q1 in this direction. So these forces are equal and opposite. These forces are equal and opposite. So because Newton's third law is obeyed in Coulomb's law, so there will be equal force. The force which one charge exert on another is equal to the force which second charge exert on first. Okay, so now we come to the next question. This is third question. We have to check the ratio ke square upon g me into mp is dimensionless. So dimensionless, there is some expression given to us, students, and this expression is related to this ke square upon g me mp. So this is somewhere related to the ratio of two forces. So in class 11th in chapter gravitation, you have done the gravitational force. Here two particles are given. Me is the mass of electron, mp is the mass of proton. If I ask you the gravitational force between electron and proton, then it will be calculated g m1 m2 upon r square, right? Me mp upon r square. R is the separation between them. Now electric force Fe is equal to K. This 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught which we are using, this is also written as K. So we can also write the formula for force K q1 q2 by r square. Formula for force can also be written K q by r square. So this Fg G me mp upon r square, Fe K q1 electron charge is E, q2 proton charge is also E upon r square. So this will be ke square upon r square. So students, if we divide this, we have to find the value of this expression. We have to give an idea. We have to check this ratio. So if I divide this Fe electric force upon gravitational force, then this ratio r square will be cancelled. So ke square upon g me into mp, right? So this is the ratio of two forces. We were asked to check this ratio. This is the ratio of two forces, which is electric force between electron and proton, and the second force is gravitational force between electron and proton. So this ratio is the ratio of two forces, electric force and gravitational force, and since this is the ratio of two forces, so it is dimensionless, because force dimension will cancel each other. So this is dimensionless. Okay, this is dimensionless. Now in second part, this was the first part where we have to check whether this ratio is dimensionless or not. So we have proved that this ratio is dimensionless because this is the ratio of two forces, electric force between electron and proton and gravitational force between electron and proton. Since ratio of forces, force dimension will cancel out, so this is dimensionless. First part is over. Now in second part, what we have to do, we have to tell what does it signify. So its significance means, if we write the values, please write the values of constant. This k is 9 into 10 to the power 9. E is the electronic charge, 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 whole square, upon G universal gravitational constant 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11, into electron mass 1.6. One electron mass of the electron is 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kilogram. Mass of proton 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 27. So after simplifying all these values, the answer is coming as, value will come as 2.29 into 10 to the power 39. So this Fe upon Fg ratio has value this 2.29 into 10 to the power 39. So students, what does it signify? It gives an idea. You can see Fe is equal to 2.29 into 10 to the power 39 into Fg. It gives an idea that electric force between proton and electron is very high in comparison to the gravitational force. ठीक है, this ratio is used to compare the gravitational force and electric force. So electric force is very stronger. Electric force is very strong, very strong forces, and they are 10 raised power 39 times greater than the gravitational force. Means electric forces are 10 raised power 39 times greater than gravitational force between electron and proton. On the same pattern, students, I give you some homework. In this question, we have calculated, we have compared the electric force and gravitational force between electron and proton. Now you should calculate the ratio of gravitational force and electric force between proton and electron, and then you have an idea. You will surely fascinate with the result. Okay, now come to the next question. Next question is a theoretical question. I can explain you theoretically. Question number 4. Now this question is, explain the meaning of a statement of electric charge of a body is quantized. Means this already we have done in the theory. Electric charge follows the quantization property. It means charge on a body is always an integral multiple of least charge, that is charge on electron, or Q is equal to plus minus Ne. Okay. Now the second is, why can one ignore quantization of charge when dealing with macroscopic? Means when we are handling the large charge, we can ignore the quantization. How can we ignore? Students, can you tell me in this what is 1 coulomb charge? 1 coulomb charge, compare it with charge on an electron. Electron charges, what is charge on an electron? 1.6 into 10 ki power minus 19 coulomb. So can you tell me the number of electrons in 1 coulomb? N is equal to Q by E. So Q is 1 coulomb, 1.6 into 10 raised power minus 19. So this is 6.25 into 10 raised power 18. So this number this 1 coulomb charge is very large charge. In huge amount of charges 1 coulomb. So in 1 coulomb there are large number of electrons. So we can ignore the charge of 1 or 2 electron in comparison to this 1 coulomb charge. So the explanation of this, why can one ignore quantization, means charge quantization can be ignored when we are dealing with macroscopic. Macroscopic means large quantity of charge is handled. When large quantity of charge is handled, then quantization can be ignored because the charge on an electron is very small in comparison to the 1 coulomb charge. This macroscopic level is very large charge. Okay, so now come to the next question, is also theoretical, so we can solve it here only. When a glass rod is rubbed with silk cloth, charges appear on both. A similar phenomena is observed with many other pairs of bodies. Explain how this is consistent with the law of So students, the important thing related which you need to remember regarding the conservation of charge, generally the quantities those are conserved, we say this can neither be created nor destroyed. But this is not true in case of charge. Charge can be produced but in equal and unlike pairs. So we talk about the charge on a system. So here the system is silk cloth and glass rod. The amount of positive charge which appears on glass rod is equal to the amount of negative charge which appears on silk cloth. So total charge before rubbing is 0 and total charge after rubbing is also 0. So conservation of charge is followed in this experiment. Now we come to the next question. It is a numerical. 4-point charges QA is equal to 2 microcoulomb, QB minus 2 microcoulomb, 2 microcoulomb are placed at the corners of a square. What is the force on charge 1 microcoulomb placed at the center? So I can draw the analogy of this question. Question number 6 this is. So this is a square and charges are placed at the 4 corners of this square. What are the charges? This is, so please understand carefully, 2 microcoulomb minus 5 microcoulomb, 2 microcoulomb minus 5 microcoulomb. So students, see here there is another charge which is placed at the intersection of diagonals. Okay, what is the force on a charge placed at the center of the center is the intersection of diagonals. So this is 1 microcoulomb. So very simple, there is no need to solve this question, directly we can do it. So please see, you should see what is the direction of force on 1 microcoulomb due to all the charges. So there are 4 charges in the vicinity of 1 microcoulomb. So there will be 4 forces. One charge will exert one force, second will second. So the number of charges, जितने ज़्यादा charges होंगे उतना ही force लगेगा. So this 2 microcoulomb will repel. This is F1. This minus 5 microcoulomb will attract F2. This 2 microcoulomb will also repel away. Repulsion is away and attraction is towards F3. And this 1 microcoulomb is attracted by this minus 5 F4. So students, there are 4 forces F1, F2, F3, F4. If you see this 1 microcoulomb and 2 microcoulomb, this is 1 microcoulomb and 2 microcoulomb. So these forces will be equal in magnitude and they are opposite in direction, so they cancel each other. Because formula for forces, what is the formula for force? Formula for force F is equal to K Q1 Q2 by R square. F is equal to K Q1 Q2 by R square. So these two forces are equal and opposite, so they cancel each other. Similarly, this is 1 microcoulomb, this is minus 5. On the other side there is minus 5. So F2 and F4 will be equal and opposite, so they cancel each other. So total force acting on 1 microcoulomb is 0. Total force on 1 microcoulomb is 0 because on 1 microcoulomb there are equal and opposite forces acting, so total force will be 0. So students, we come to the next question. It is also a theoretical question, question number 7. An electrostatic field line is a continuous curve, that is a field line cannot have sudden break. Yes, field lines are continuous because if they have sudden breaks, it means electric field is not present there. Sudden break means electric field is absent. But electric field of a charge extends up to infinity. You know the formula for electric field. If I ask you the formula of electric field, E is equal to KQ by R square. So if I place one charge here, one charge is placed here, Q, its electric field extends up to infinity. There is no sudden break. It will not be like this कि यहाँ पर line draw कर दिया, यहाँ break आ गया, फिर यहाँ draw कर दिया. It will not be like this. Because if there is a, we will simply write in the answer, if there is a sudden break, it means absence of electric field, which is not possible. Electric field of a charge extends up to infinity. Okay. Now the second is A, and the second part of this question is explain why two field lines can never cross. So this is very common question, so many times asked in the exam. Two electric field lines can never intersect each other. I have also explained in theory. If suppose this is one electric field line, this is another electric field line, if they intersect at this point P, then we can draw two tangents, and at one point there will be two electric field, and it is not possible. Electric field is a unique physical quantity. At one point there will be only one and one electric field. So students, simply you will write the answer of this question. Two electric field lines can never intersect each other because if they intersect, there will be two tangents drawn at a point and there will be two directions of electric field, which is not possible. Now the next question, question number 8. So this question is a numerical. 2 point charges QA 3 microcoulomb and minus 3 microcoulomb are located 20 centimeter apart in vacuum. So what is the electric field at midpoint? So these are the two charges in first part, students. So this is one charge 3 microcoulomb placed at A, another charge minus 3 microcoulomb placed at B. Okay, they are located at distance 20 centimeter apart, right? 20 centimeter apart. And what is the electric field at midpoint? Suppose this is the midpoint, and what is the distance of midpoint? 10 centimeter from A and 10 centimeter from B. So students, we have to find electric field. So electric field, this is solved using the superposition principle. What is superposition principle? The total electric field at a point is the vector sum of all the electric field due to individual charges. So please listen. What is the electric field due to this 3 microcoulomb? At O, electric field due to this 3 microcoulomb will be away from it, E1. Please understand, this is very important. Due to positive charge, electric field is away. Due to positive charge, electric field is away. Due to positive charge, electric field is away. So this point, at this point O, where we have to find electric field, if you see in this direction, then this is the direction away. पॉजिटिव चार्ज की वजह से इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड अवे होता है, और इसी पॉइंट पर इस -3 माइक्रोकूलम का इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इसी की तरफ होगा, बिकॉज नेगेटिव की वजह से इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड टूवर्ड्स होता है. तो हम क्या करते हैं, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट कंसेप्ट है, अगर किसी पॉइंट पर आपको इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड की डायरेक्शन निकालनी है, सो वी प्लेस प्लस क्यू नॉट चार्ज एट दैट पॉइंट. उस पॉइंट पर प्लस क्यू नॉट चार्ज हम रख लेते हैं. तो प्लस क्यू नॉट एक यूनिट पॉजिटिव टेस्ट चार्ज होता है. देन वी सी इन विच डायरेक्शन फोर्स इज एक्टिंग ऑन इट. सो जिधर इस प्लस क्यू नॉट पर फोर्स लगती है उधर ही इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड होता है. तो इस प्लस क्यू नॉट को अगर मैं यहाँ एज्यूम करूंगा तो ये +3 इसको इधर रिपेल करेगा, तो इस +3 माइक्रोकूलम का इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इधर हो गया, और इस -3 की वजह से ये क्या होगा, इधर अट्रैक्ट होगा, इसका इधर इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड हो गया. सो 2 वेक्टर्स आर इन द सेम डायरेक्शन, सो टोटल इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इज इक्वल टू E1 plus E2, and its direction is from A to B because it is a vector quantity. So I can calculate my E1 using the formula KQ/R square. The value of K is 9 into 10 raised power 9 and Q is 3 into 10 raised power -6 upon distance is 0.1 into 0.1. So this is 27 into this is 100. So 3 10 raised power 5 Newton per coulomb. Okay, now similarly I can calculate the value of E2. It is also equal because magnitude of charge is same, distance is same. So 27 into 10 raised by 5 Newton per coulomb. So total electric field E is equal to E1 plus E2. If we add these two, this is 54, 27 plus 27, 54 into 10 raised power 5 Newton per coulomb. Now the first part is over. In second part, in B part, what we have to do, we have to, if a negative charge of magnitude 1.5 into 10 raised power -9 coulomb is located at this point, what is the force? It is also very simple, students, very important result. Please remember, if a charge Q is placed in an electric field E, the force is equal to QE. The force is equal to QE. F is equal to QE. अगर Q चार्ज E इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड में रखा होता है तो उस पर फोर्स लगती है F is equal to QE. तो यहाँ पर मैंने कितना चार्ज रखा, ये Q चार्ज रखा हुआ है, क्वेश्चन में दिया हुआ है इस चार्ज का वैल्यू है 1.5 into 10 raised power -9 coulomb. So what is the magnitude of force? 1.5 into 10 raised power -9 into electric field. What is the total electric field? Total electric field we have calculated. Total electric field 54 into 10 raised power 5 Newton per coulomb. So total force coming, if you multiply this, 15 4 just 60 and 81 into 10 raised power -4. So 8.1 into 10 raised power -3 Newton. So this is the magnitude of force. Very important. F is equal to QE. E we were given, हमने we have calculated electric field already. Charge is placed, and I am telling you, if there is a Q charge in electric field E, then force F is equal to QE. F is equal to QE. So force is calculated using this formula. Now the important point is, what is the direction of this force? Since these charges negative, and students, please remember, very important result, force on negative charge in electric field is opposite to the direction. Total electric field is in this direction, so force will be opposite to it. Force will be opposite to it because it is negative charge. Force on negative charge is opposite to the direction of electric field, and force on positive charge is in the direction of electric field. If there is a positive charge, in a uniform electric field, then force will be in the direction of electric field. If there is a negative charge in uniform electric field, then force will be opposite. So since this charge is negative, so the direction of force is opposite to the field. So we have calculated, this is how we have done this question. So in today's class we have completed 8 numericals of our NCERT exercise. In the next class we will continue solving these numericals. Okay, thank you and thank you so much.